All right, we're underway.
Turn one elf. I've said it like 5 times already. It's like they play 8 of that.
Oh, look at that. Turn one spirit.
See, but it only plays 4 of that one.
I mean, he plays 4 of the other one.
Yeah.
Spectral Sailor.
It does kind of suck because blue-white can also not do anything about those Nanowar elves.
That is true. Nightmare Elves generally are the key of just making extra mana, which we'll be able to pay probably for. Although boy over there trying his best.
They're not going to have enough for a spell queller for any 4-drop.
That is true. Yep.
Oh, boy.
Well, also, we forgot about Cavalier.
Yeah.
You got Flyers, I have Cavalier. Bring them down.
Yeah, the turn 1 elf, turn 2 elf. A little awkward for spirits.
And also hit a shrine.
Yeah, this is not.
Well, let's see, Mr. Jacob playing Jacob. What?
Nothing.
You didn't like that?
Alright, third land. Now I can play any spirit he wants.
That's true.
But what spirit is going to prevent him from dying?
I mean, the Shackle Geist is nice. Lets him possibly tap down Cavalier for a while. And
The only problem with that is, like, you as the lower to the ground aggro deck need to get in there.
Although it could get to the point where it just locks him out this way.
Because, like, we tapped
If
it.
we don't know what else Jacob has. He could have nothing.
Yeah.
He could play, might just be Cavalier. I see a card.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I knew the card was in there from earlier.
I did.
But, yeah. He could technically, theoretically have nothing. I will answer the question for there's another Cavalier. He's got a lot more than nothing.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to the kind of the same scenario we've been talking about is yes, Fumic's hand is really good in terms if it's not meted by 5-6 reachers.
I think it would have been better if he... Yeah, that's rough. It wasn't like on the draw against...
That's also true as well.
Like maybe had a chance to like establish his board earlier. But...
I also haven't seen him put a bolus in play yet.
I know. I want to see it so bad.
That's my favorite part. I had no idea they were doing that.
Yeah, they just get to play an oath and then be like 5 green mana, play a bolus.
He might be able to get it back if he Karns and goes and gets the cauldron and then casts the backside. But I'm not sure what he's grabbing here. Jacob, okay.
Sovereign.
Sky Sovereign. I was gonna say he has really been liking getting the Shadow Spear. I've seen him got in it so many times.
Yeah.
Grabs it quite often, actually.
It's pretty much the... Sky Sovereign is pretty much the only option here. Because your opponent can just tap down whatever you put Shadow Spear on.
Mono green player also has a Storm the Festival in hand.
That was not gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for him. That's why they do it.
It's a lot. It's real fun around. You can ask our boy Jonathan, who lost today in top 8 and decided that mono green is what he needed to buy, and he bought.
I respect it.
You know what? You know how he got the shrines? He bought them from the other players of their shrines.
That's really funny.
So he just got 4 of them.
that's good. Ooh, Skyclave Apparition, the card.
That's pretty decent. We now are on the defensive in terms of being able to tap down these Cavaliers so we don't get pressure put on us, and then hopefully our Spirits player. I keep wanting to say
Sky
Jacob.
Sovereign is about to like just dome that spirit.
This adds 8 mana. We also have 2 mana dorks, so we have 10 mana, another Karn, Storm the Festival, and a Sky Sovereign.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's not a whole lot to say about it. The only thing we can really do is watch how the turn plays out. Sky Sovereign comes down,
He's gonna
takes out the one that taps.
tap some stuff in response.
still have about 8 mana.
That's a rough one.
Someone comes down. Wanderer not really able to sack because it doesn't quite do anything.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you want to pay 1 for that?
Yeah, would you like to pay an additional for that? Which, in theory, you could, because it could shut him off of being able to put in a shrine there.
Yeah.
Like, but he could put in 2 lands, of course, but it would shut him off of that, being able to be activated again.
Gets on tap. So I see another apparition in hand.
Although the game might seem over, players are going to play it out because it's untimed. So it's like,
Yeah.
make them kill you.
Really no reason to not play it out. But things are looking pretty bleak.
But for spirits, you could, in these spots like this,
You know,
of course, picks them up. But what I was going to say is get to the point where you do accumulate enough, like, lords that you keep tapping those down on his end step and then slam enough lords, and then you're like, one shot you. I mean,
I feel like that match is either going to be like 15 minutes for the entire match or like an hour.
yeah, it's going to go heavily one way or the other because one player doesn't want to attack.
Or they're both going to sit there with Cavaliers. Like,
Where they just bounce up.
what's the power touches? Do they even trade?
It's
No.
5-6.
No, they just bounce off each other's sake.
Oh, they got started.
I love matchups like that.
Yeah, it's like the old sea dryer special.
All right. Ooh, Selfless Spirit. No elves. Turns 1 or 2. That's 4.
Well, so the thing that we talked about in the first match is coming true here. We had
Oh! Oh! Skylasher!
okay, 2 people got excited. I don't know what the card is.
It's Skylasher. Flash, it can't be countered and it has reach protection from blue. So that's if that would have stuck, Jacob has basically no game for that.
What a card to eat spell color.
What?
Dude.
What is that?
Dude, he's,
It's the tech to absolutely
he's
dumpster
high
on
fiving
it.
that spell color right now.
That's literally
Yeah, that spell queller is.
that's one of the best spell callers of all time.
That spell queller out here fighting for its life.
Dude, that thing has to stay alive for the rest of the game. that bug cannot breach containment.
That is true.
God, I didn't even know that's a card. That's really funny.
I was saying you both got pumped. I was like, what is that?
I was
Well-
excited because someone got spell queller.
I was pumped because I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a blowout, and then I was like, oh man, this is a blowout. Like, holy.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the game. I almost just said Jacob. It doesn't really work anymore. Jacob, pretty much wanted where he didn't have to worry about turn 1 Land War Elves, turn 2 Land War Elves.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying in game 1 is like it's so hard for spirits to deal with the early land war elves because they really can't.
They can't. They just have to
They-
sit there and hope they don't die.
Sit there and make mana. And like that's what puts them ahead a lot of the times.
Against a lot of decks, you might as well just start with Land War Elves in the graveyard.
Yeah.
But spirits, there's nothing to do. Old Growth Troll. Well, didn't get a good look at his hand, but spirits. This is the board we want. We want a critical mass, and then we want to start slamming lords now.
Yeah. This is where you're like the window's open. I need to finish the game.
Every lord is plus 5 damage right here.
Yeah. It's like all your creatures having prowess.
Yeah,
You
great.
gotta give it to them.
And he might just not have it. Yeah, he has another Mausoleum Wanderer, so that will at least pump the other one up by 1.
Well, just for clarity, because it seems some people are confused in the chat. The card having pro blue is only in effect when it's in play.
Yeah, the spell in the stack does not have Pro Blue.
For example, other cards like even Shifting Ceratops, it could still be Aether Gusted even though it has Pro Blue because it's not in play.
Yep.
And Spell Queller also does not
Wow.
counter.
Could put him to 2, 6. Could have hit him for a bunch and decides to kill Kiora there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he could have put him to 2. He had at least.
The clock's the same, right?
Right. If it's still your dead next turn, you might as well kill the Kiora. Just kind of an interesting decision there. Maybe heads up by Jacob, but.
I don't think there's really any way.
So you might as well limit him having a crazy explosive turn with Kiora, right?
Yeah. There's no way you can like deal with the whole board at that point.
And we'll see what happens.
One health.
Well, on the play and having Dork this time.
Land Mausoleum Wanderer. Classic. Where does he land elf?
That's
Whoa. No land drop. Elf.
no land drop, but 4 mana. And we have 2 fight creatures in hand.
Yeah, I was a touch surprised. I get it now since there was no land drop, but. Well, yeah, he wouldn't have been able to make the play, but I was kind of expecting Hydra to come down just on X's 1 that turn, but obviously couldn't do that without a land drop.
There's double blue.
You can land. You got flash creatures, presumably. I saw a
Oh, there it is.
one drop flash.
The
Is
boy's in there.
Is that the Skylasher?
The Skylash is in the hand, I believe.
Oh, man.
It's the only card I don't recognize. I'm deciding whether to play the Skylasher and go that route or play a Hydra and fight the Spirit and hope he doesn't get blown out by 2 Flash Spirits coming in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, there it is.
Main phasing it to play around Jacob going
Just
white,
land.
white mana source and just hold up spell color.
Yeah.
Is dedicated. He knows it's going to be extremely difficult for Jacob to deal with that once it's on the board, so take an opportunity to stick it now.
And step here.
Play that trigger. Untap.
Route change for Hexproof.
That's true.
Glacial Fortress. Coming in tapped. Dex land base must have been designed by Kyle.
Man, Kyle's out here catching strays.
That was unnecessary.
It felt necessary, man.
That is
Read
a serious gripe about allied mana bases in Pioneer, though. Like, Wizards, please just give us allied fast lands and allied pain lands. Well, I don't get it, man.
Coming in the fight, Route change will probably come down and provide Hexproof.
That would make sense. There's a phone on the battlefield.
There's literally no text in there.
I think we just couldn't read it.
Yeah.
Must be a
it just
must be a foreign
It's
voracious
just like
Hydra.
blank on the monitor. Like, what's happening?
Elects not to double. Does try to fight.
Ooh, portable hole could be a way to deal with Skylasher.
That's true.
Portal Hole and Skyclave. Like, there's ways to deal with it. It's
Skyclave.
just,
Apparition.
Oh, and Skyclave. Yeah, he does play Skyclave.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
he
He has more outs.
but it is an annoying thing he has to deal with.
it's just weirdly brick walling this type of hand where we have
Yeah.
3 blue creatures.
Yeah, when your opponent goes blue source, like that, I mean, no white for the first
Yeah.
2 turns.
Second land. 5 mana. Cavalier. Too big for Queller.
Is that a Gust in hand? Oh no, Geist Slate Snare.
Guy Snare coming in.
Yeah, that's it's Mana Leap right now.
Look at all that criteria we had to meet to make Mana League happen.
You just have spirit. If you have a jam, it's better mana league. 1 mana.
True. Just a pass.
This game doesn't go either way. If Jacob, well, I keep saying Jacob.
I know. I'm saying
If Spirit's Jacob.
Jacob
Yeah,
the Spirits.
Can keep from, oh boy, stuff like that happening into getting overwhelmed by big green dudes.
So 3 counters are going to come down on this. We'll see if another fight happens. Risky to make it happen.
Flash in a Lord. That thing giving all your spirits flash is so sick.
So the 0-1 starting power on the Hydra lets it live there. Which is like a weird thing for that to happen. I always forget that it randomly has 0-1. I always feel like you have to pay to make it survive. Flash Lord.
Pure and equal. The weird thing to remember with that is that there are spirits that do not have flying.
That is true.
So we're swinging in with the boys.
Deciding whether to block the one that can allow for some card draw later in the game or the one that can counter instant sorceries. Elects to go for the one that can draw.
Another Lord.
Another Eagle.
Post combat is interesting, right? Because they don't have flash right now, right?
No,
No, 'cause he
flash.
killed
It was
Eagle.
post combat.
Yeah. This is where everyone's to be. Big flyers. Hopefully, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, Sylvan Graded. I think I saw Storm the Festival, but he's only had like those 2 lands and the elves the whole game.
Spirits is the time to do it.
Let's see. Selfless Spirit in hand.
Self Spirit, Shacklegeist, and another card.
Tapping 2 mana. Yep, that makes sense. That'll pump the Mausoleum Wanderers. And then he's going to get in for a big chunk here.
So 2 3/4s and 2 4/4s would hit Jacob for 10.
And let's see what Mono Green Jacob can do.
Yeah, he's gonna need to have a big turn here, but the thing is, these Mausoleum Wonders are freaking 3/3s, and just makes like Storm the Festival won't be happening, you know, and that's one of Jacob Heckert's best cards to get back into this.
Yeah. We want to see Mono Green. So it sometimes struggles to deal with wide boards, especially with flying stuff. But he really just hasn't had a whole lot this game besides Hydras and Elves.
Someone said Fumish just has a Aether Gust in hand too, so that right there is gonna make this basically impossible for Heckert to get back into.
Yeah.
Yep, and there's Storm.
That's going to do it.
Chooses to Aether Gust it.
Taking down Mono Green Blue White Spirits.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a way to beat the Mono Green Menace, I know Mono Blue Spirits is pretty good, but if you also need a way to beat Skylashers, Blue White Spirits might be the way to go.
That might be the move.
I'm pretty sure it's why people play Spirits, because it just gets under it really well.